So my name's Dykeman. I work for Small Steps Big Changes, which is run by Nottingham City Care, and yeah, I've been working here since December 2016. I remember popping into Connections and they mentioned, yeah, got this thing at City Care, so there's 3 apprenticeships I think it was. There was one in the health centre, one that was more of a data focus, and then one in workforce development and training. I was offered a full-time job in HR and workforce, so I kind of went into that, still with City Care. Did me level 3 at that point. I think stayed in HR for about 10, 12 months, not too long, and then there was a job that came up in the services, so in the respiratory service and home oxygen. They were after a coordinator for the service that was managing all the admin functions, all the data, all that sort of thing. Someone in our team left who was the analyst for SSBC, and they put his job out again. As like another step up, and I thought, right, I'll go for that. My supervisor said, right, just let everyone know this job's coming out, if you're interested, let me know. Came over here December last year, and again it was kind of what I was doing already, but another step up. So with the SSBC project, it's looking at 3 outcomes that all the activities linked to, so nutrition, social emotional and communication language. Delivering sessions to children and parents in 4 wards in Nottingham in the hope that improving the child outcomes improves your health outcomes later on in life. So it's a lottery funded project, and they give you X amount of money over 10 years and say, right, go out and deliver what you've told us you want to do and see what the outcomes are by the end of it. So it's kind of my role to get all of the information that everyone's doing and saying, right, is running cook and eat sessions for children and parents, improving childhood obesity outcomes, things like that, diabetes rates going down.
So I'm Lorna Machin. I work at Small Steps Big Changes for Nottingham City Care Partnership. I got this position after working in diabetes for a period of time. I've worked for City Care for 6 years now. I got in at apprentice level. Before that I was doing some part-time retail jobs, but didn't really enjoy it and knew I wanted to go into administration in the NHS. About 8 months in, I applied for a job. It was a promotion, and I got it within adult services. And then I moved on from adult services to here in children's services with Small Steps. So I'm a data coordinator within the service. What I do is train people on System 1. It's quite a complex system, so my goal is to get them comfortable with it. We're going to look at data quality as well, so the more comfortable and confident they are with the system, the better for our outcomes, because we're only a 10-year programme, so we want to prove that we've had impact on children's lives. So my role's fundamental, really, to get the teams confident. I also offer information governance training, and then I do all the data stuff behind the scenes and extract data.
Hi, my name is Jacob Gamble. I work at the Nottingham Emmanuel School in the IT Technicians Department. So I started doing IT here at the school as a student. After that I went to college and did 2 computer courses. Then after that I went and did a Uniform Public Services course to join the army and do an IT job with them. Then I was offered a job here to become a technician via an apprenticeship. I first started off with my level 2 IT professional, which was a 1-year course, which I successfully passed. And in fact, about a few days ago, I've just gone and passed my level 3 course, which is also the IT professional. And I'm now aiming to start on my MTA, which is to become a Microsoft certified engineer.
My name is Sarah Clark, and I work for Nottinghamshire Health Informatics Service as a project implementation and training officer. I applied for an apprenticeship while I was at college. I was at college doing my A-levels. I didn't really want to do that anymore. I didn't really fancy going to university, so I decided to go for an apprenticeship. I applied for loads of things in business admin. I just thought, oh, I could work on a reception, or I could do some filing, that'll be fine. So I applied for this job and I got it. The apprenticeship I got was administration for a training team, so it was a team of trainers in IT, and I just did the admin for that, so booking people into training, making sure training was arranged and rooms were booked and things. So I did about a year of an apprenticeship. Then I got a permanent position as a junior trainer. So that's a little bit like the trainers I was helping doing the admin, but doing a little bit less than them, as it was my first time training. During that period I also got on a secondment onto the service desk, which was just answering calls, making sure everyone was okay, so when systems went down I'd deal with that first line problem. I went back to my role as a junior trainer for a little while, and then I got a permanent position as a fully fledged trainer.
Hello, I'm Nicola Allcock. I am a receptionist at Kingsmill Hospital for the ophthalmology department. 2015 I started an apprenticeship with a company called Prostart. I'm the oldest apprentice that the NHS has ever taken, so that was a big achievement, and I did my training over at Millbrook Mental Health Unit, and I started that in the July. By the 4th of December that year I'd got a full-time position within the trust, thanks to doing the apprenticeship alongside of it as well. I'm in Clinic 8 in the ophthalmology department. I work under a nurse called Karen Meikle and a specialist called Mrs Darmunchi, and I deal directly with the Lou Centres clinics, so I manage those, book the appointments, arrange cancellations, making sure patients don't overrun on their injections, otherwise their treatment will fail. So it's very regimed and it's very hands-on.
I'm Sian. I work for Offender Health currently. I was an apprentice. I started in January 2013 and I worked down at Wells Road in the management office. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do when I was doing my A-levels. I continued doing my A-levels, but then I decided that university wasn't for me, so I just looked for other employment. I tried going to the usual supermarkets. I didn't get employed over there, so then the apprenticeship came up and I applied and was successful. So the qualifications that I've done are my level 2 and level 3 business and administration, and I'm currently doing my level 4 in business and administration. I'm hoping that that'll be finished by August next year. So when I was doing my apprenticeship, I started at the Wells Road Centre. I was there for 18 months or so. Then got the Band 2 at Westminster House in Offender Health. I was then seconded into my current position, and then I was successful in getting the permanent role. I've been in that role for 2 years now, and I've just secured a new position in local services as a Band 5. Basically doing the same job role now, but just implementing at different sites.
My name is Tony. I am one of the team managers in the legal aid agency, and I started my Prostart journey in 2007. I always knew I didn't want to go to university, but with my parents being in the forces, I moved to Germany straight after my GCSEs. By the time I came back, I was a bit behind everybody, didn't have a proper job, and Prostart seemed the best approach to take to try and get A, the qualifications, and B, to get into the right sort of organisation or company that would help me progress as a person. I started off with NVQ level 2 in business admin before moving into NVQ level 3 in customer services, and really Prostart helped me with gaining tools like interview techniques, CV building. They really helped me get some work experience, which was severely lacking in an office environment. I started off as a caseworker, and that's the main route that I had as part of my apprenticeship. And from there, it gave me the tools and the experience to really be more proactive in my own development, because NVQs, all of the evidence criteria wasn't necessarily part of my job role, so I had to go outside my job role in order to achieve. And it gave me that proactive approach to progression. So it allowed me to then go above and beyond my job role, and that gave me the examples to then progress. So from there I moved towards being an expert for legal aid in part of an IT project. I was there for about a year. From there I became a team supervisor and was responsible for 10 to 12 people. So I'm now a team manager with a team of around 25 to 30 people. One of the hardest turnaround times in the organisation that we work for, so I think that says quite a lot about how that proactive approach has allowed me to progress and be put in that position where actually I'm now responsible for such a large team.
I'm Lorna Machin. I work at Halsbury Travel. We're a school tour operator in Colwick in Nottingham. I've been here since 1998, did my A-levels, got a job as the office junior. I was employed as reservations assistant. Somebody had a conversation with me about the possibility of doing an MVQ, to which I'd already done my A-levels at school and I thought my studying was finished. So when somebody actually explained that an MVQ would be a qualification that I would achieve whilst doing my actual job, I thought, oh, why not? May as well give it a go. So I did level 3 business admin. I liked the fact that it made me analyse the job that I was doing. So rather than just do the job, it made me look at why I was doing certain things and what impact that would have on things, which I liked. So once I'd done that, one of my assessors, I think I had Tracy at the time, encouraged me to do level 3 management, which I did and which I loved.
I'm Emma Gray and I work at Halsbury Travel, and I am now looking after the sales for French language tours. I started off as the office junior. I left college when I was 17 because I didn't enjoy my course that I was doing. I came here just for a few months to just have something to do whilst I decided what I wanted to do in the future. And I just started off doing general admin like photocopying and filing and stuff. I was given the opportunity to do an MVQ and I thought I might as well do it so that I'm gaining something from my time here. I went on to do a customer service level 3 MVQ and then also I did a sales level 2. I did the customer service MVQ because I enjoyed speaking to customers and having the contact with customers, and I just wanted to develop that. I then realised that I'd like to go into sales, and then I was given the opportunity to look after a small section of the sales in the company, and now I look after the sales for the whole of the French language tours.
I'm James Hallam and I work at Aerosol Solutions. I started as an apprentice here just over 3 years ago. Left school, I always wanted to work. The apprenticeship seemed ideal for me because I wasn't academically smart. I didn't really get the best grades at school, and it was nice because the apprenticeship gave me a chance to get into work and gain qualifications at the same time. And I started here, I did a level 2 in warehousing, and then I've done a level 3 in logistics, and I'm currently working on a level 3 in customer service, and I've also got my Microsoft Office specialist in Excel. So I started out as an apprentice, I'm now running the warehouse.
My name is Donna Corah. Where it all began for me really was when I left school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Sort of whispering from one job to another, working in retail, not really any kind of sort of ambition or anything like that. And I happened to get a job as an administration assistant, and during that time I had the opportunity to do my MVQ level 2 in business admin, and that really changed a lot really, because it gives you such a great insight into the business, how it works, why you're actually doing the things that you're doing. So from that point it sort of opened my mind into future learning, because when you leave school you just leave school with your GCSEs, and then you're off, you're out into the world, aren't you? So from then I sort of made a sort of commitment to myself that I'd carry on training, carry on learning, and hopefully move up the career ladder, which is kind of what happened. Did some courses in project management, mindfulness, things like that, and it was during that period when I realised that my passion was to develop people, to learn, help people like I was going through that sort of transition myself. So from that point, sort of moved up the career ladder, and then last year I successfully completed BTEC in leadership and management. And that was a complete life changer for me. It was amazing. My tutor was amazing, the course, was amazing. I learned so much from it. I now, subsequently, since then, work for a reputable law firm, Brown Jacobson. I work as a national legal support manager, so I currently manage a team of 70 strong. I look after 8 team leaders within that. So that's amazing, really. To think back where I was to where I am now, it just shows that you can do it, you can achieve things if you really put your mind to it.
I think the biggest thing for me that helped me was that I'd lost a lot of confidence, but I'd been in the job I was in for about 6 years or so, and it was kind of a monotonous day in, day out. You get in, do this, go at the end of the day, rinse and repeat. There was no progression, there was nothing that really challenged you. So I think having this way, it was like, right, this is what it's really like, this is what you've got to get used to, really helped me.
So I was really, really, really painfully shy and nervous. Just came along loads from there. So I had a group interview for my apprenticeship, and I never would have dreamed of doing that before because, people, and I've got to compete, it's horrible, but it was fine. Got the job. And there was at the time a Nottinghamshire Apprentice Forum, and I was the committee secretary, and I was required to go around little speed dating groups and actually talk to people, which would have given me a panic attack, I'm sure, but because it was gradual, it made sense. And now I train people, which is not something I would have thought of initially, so it's really good.
I think the biggest one is my confidence in showing other people of how to do things, because at first I thought, technicians, they just work in an office fiddling with laptops and bits like that. But to go out to classrooms and actually help teach classes how computers work and the different parts inside of hard drives to everything, confidence to actually speak out in front of the students and staff is a big jump.
I've gained a lot of qualifications from it, so I gained my level 2 MVQ and my level 3, and I'm currently working on my level 4 in business admin. I've also done my level 3 education and training award, and I've also done other bits and pieces in between, like the Microsoft Office qualifications. So I've gained quite a lot of qualifications from it, which I'm quite pleased about. So I've learned a lot of skills with mentoring and built my confidence that way. I wasn't that confident when I first started. When the phone rang the first time, I was really worried. And now I'm training doctors and surgeons and nurses. So I'm quite impressed with myself that I'm able to do that.
Well, the apprenticeship gave me experience and skills that my friends at university didn't gain. Obviously, they gained different skills, but for me, it was more getting the work, doing the work things and gaining confidence and skills that I wouldn't have got when I was going to university. Throughout my whole career in the NHS, I've spoken to the police, the trust commissioners, patients, family and friends. Sometimes patients themselves, if they've come through to me on the phone, spoken to some prisoners. I think it's just a whole variety really that's just helped me gain more confidence in speaking to different people.
The key thing for me for gaining is it's a qualification, but actually the majority of your evidence is going to be based on the work that you're doing day to day. So actually you're not investing a great deal of time of your own personal time, at least not in my organisation. There was a lot of evidence collection as part of the day-to-day role. And I think that's really important for people to realise when they go into the apprenticeship, so that they understand that it's not just investing hours and hours at home. Yes, you've got to put a little bit of time in, but actually the big majority of it is part of your day-to-day role, as long as you do the right apprenticeship for the right role.
Doing the qualification gave me a thirst for wanting to do more. So having done my level 3 management, I then went on and I've done 2 Open University qualifications in business management, and ultimately I've just done a level 3 and a level 5 in Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, which has led me to where I am now, being employed as HR and Operations Manager. So as corny as it sounds, I firmly believe that starting that qualification back in 2003 made me want to do a workplace qualification, to learn more, to enhance the skills that I've got to get me where I am today.
In my first few years, I was terrified to answer the phone. I thought, I'm going to say something wrong, I'm not going to know what to say, I'm going to make a fool of myself, and I hated every time when I answered the phone. And now, speaking on the phone and talking to customers is something that I really enjoy. It's my favourite part of the job because I just feel like I know the company and I know what I'm talking about.
It definitely gave me confidence. I was very shy to start with, and the apprenticeship working, it gave me the confidence. I've got leadership skills from it. As I've been progressing through and gaining my qualifications, people managing director have seen that I've got skills to be able to lead people and take control of situations. So I've worked my way up from an apprentice to now running the warehouse.
The leadership and management course, it's really given me insight into how businesses work. So I've got business acumen now, which I didn't have before. And managing teams over, because it's over such a wide scale of nationally, it's about you travelling to different sites and you're having to virtually manage teams as well. It's not just teams that are here. You're having to do things virtually, so video conference, telephone, and then you're travelling over there as well. It's time management is a massive thing, especially in this kind of role. It's having the motivation and the drive to know, but I think when you start doing training, especially training on the job when you do vocational training, it's so different to learning at school or at college, because you're there and you're learning it on the job, you're getting what it's all about. So I think for me it's having that motivation, like having your tutor there to say, you can actually do this. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. And I think it's through sort of life journey as well, me exploring who I am as a person. That sort of pushed me forward as well. So the more I've sort of achieved, the more hunger I've had to keep going on and keep moving on. And now I've got to this position, really, I've still set my sights even higher. It has been such an amazing journey. I'm so grateful and thankful for it. I think you forget all the hard work that's gone into it. You forget how much you've actually put in to get to this point. It doesn't just happen. It's not just handed to you on a plate. You really have to work for it.